Max Holloway versus Calvin Kattar.
What a fight. Listen, first of all, this guy doesn't have anything to say on this fight because he hasn't watched it yet.
I swear to God, on everything. I put that on everything. I watched it. What are you talking about?
That's a big lie.
He won via decision.
Live. Bro, I watched this fight while vacuuming my house.
Yeah,
man,
I imagine.
This fight was quality, man. This fight from rounds 1 to 5. First of all, this fight should have been stopped at the 4th round. The amount of hits that he was putting on Calvin Kattar was ridiculous. Significant strike after significant strike. This guy was hammering him down, elbows. Honestly, I think at 1.2 he was throwing like spinning back kicks. This guy was throwing everything at him. For some reason, I don't know how he didn't fall down, man. But that fight was a 10 out of 10. Fight of the year, 100%.
Okay, so there's so many things wrong with what. There's so many things wrong with what you said. Okay.
Like what?
First of all, it shouldn't have been stopped in 4th. It should have been stopped in 3rd round. Okay, take that.
No, I think 4th round is
no. Take that.
Not bad.
No. 4th round, it was already so bad. It was already past the bad scales. It was 3rd round that was looking bad. Herbal Dean was looking at him.
Herbal Dean.
And I don't even, bro. For a second, I just looked at Herbal Dean. I'm like, what's wrong with this guy? Is he okay? What is he doing? Like, is he not?
But also, it's not him too. It's his corner too, right?
Yeah.
If his corner really cared, they would just,
so
they would throw a towel in.
So there's a very tricky thing that's happening that we're seeing from time to time with the MMA rules. They say if you are intelligently defending yourself, the fight will keep going on. So what happens is that these guys that are so tough, right? That these guys that have rock chins, have iron chins, they get hit and then they fling out a couple crosses or a couple overhands, or they'll go for a takedown. He was
throwing dangerous overhand rights though. He was throwing powered up ones.
Yeah. So they'll do that technique. They'll throw that technique and fill that requirement for intelligently defending yourself or being active. Or they say, oh, hey, be active, keep moving, right? So they fill that requirement. However, it doesn't necessarily mean, in my opinion, that the fight should keep going on. There's a point where you have to be like, okay, this thing is this thing is getting out of hand. It's not fun anymore, right? It's becoming dangerous. Like, these guys, I know they signed up to fight each other, but at the same time, you as a referee, you as a coach can see what's happening, that this guy's not going to have a chance. Like, if you're waiting for him to try to throw one strike and land.
Yeah, but he had a chance though.
No.
Yeah, but he had a chance.
Yeah. But that doesn't, the percentage chance, just because, in the words of Jim Carrey, so you said there's a chance, right? So you're saying there's a chance? That doesn't mean that you keep going on the fight. You keep letting him go. The man could have a 0.0001% chance of winning that fight. Would you still give him that opportunity to win, or would you be like, listen, he's just doing the best that he can do. He's not gonna give up in the fight, obviously. So somebody's got to step in, and there's been times in other fights that we've seen in the past where the referee will go and stop the fight from getting any worse. But there's other times where
Ben Askren versus Robbie Lawler.
That's a little, whatever. It's a weird reference, very weird. But there's other times like this where you see the referee doesn't. I keep getting choked up. I'm getting emotional.
Emotional.
Bro, I'm about to cry right now. Hold on.
The best is blessed.
No, but there's other times where situations like this has happened before. So the most recent would be Glover Teixeira and Anthony Smith.
I for one did not watch that fight before.
Okay. So basically it was the same thing. Glover would take him down and just beat him up, or go on the feet and just he was just winning every exchange, and Anthony Smith was just not giving up. Another similar situation was Junior Dos Santos and Cain Velasquez, the second one.
I didn't watch that fight either.
Yeah, of course. Listen, you don't have to say you didn't watch. We just assume you never watched any of them, okay? So the second fight where Cain was just beating him up every single exchange, took him down, beat him up. His face was the size of a balloon. If you I don't know if you didn't watch it, but like he
my foot is a balloon.
and it wasn't. I don't think it was stopped. I don't remember, but it went too long. Is my point. Max Holloway though is. Yeah. I've been saying this man is a dangerous man. He lost the last 3 fights, I believe, right? Because he fought Poirier, he lost, he came back. No. He came back and beat somebody. Sorry, he lost his 2 fights. He lost to both Volkanovski. Yeah, very split.
BS fights, very close fights.
Yeah, so now it's kind of a strange situation for Max. Like, what happens now?
But let's talk about his performance, though. Let's
you did. What more do you want?
I know, but this guy had the record for most significant strikes in a round.
Yeah.
You know, most output in like a UFC fight history.
Yeah.
This guy.
Best boxer.
This guy, and also too. Yeah, for sure, best boxer. But this guy, he hadn't sparred once coming to this fight. Or no, he sparred, but like it wasn't hard sparring.
Yeah.
So you know, like we saw.
The first time that I remember like this discussion of not sparring before fights.
Tony Ferguson.
Was no before Tony Ferguson. It was Robbie Lawler. Around the time where he won the championship. He was saying that he doesn't spar anymore. He's like, why am I sparring? He's like, I've been fighting for so long. I understand how to fight. Like, I know how to dodge punches and take damage and stuff like that. So why am I going to go in there and spar and put even more more damage onto my body when I already have all the stuff in my brain already? I already have all the muscle memory. So why am I going to go kill myself before the fight and then get killed even more during the fight? So I think Max is taking this approach as well. I'm not sure to what extent, but any hard sparring, I think guys that are hard sparring, especially like in their later years, shouldn't happen. If you look,
I think that like before a fight, like in terms of like fight camp, I think you should probably have at least 1 or 2 hard sparring sessions. But I think they should be very spaced out, and I think for the most part, like your sparring should be like very playful, like as in like Muay Thai, you know, how like when they spar like very playful. So
yeah, it's I think for like a broad statement, I'll say something like if you're older, don't do hard sparring. Like, just leave it. You already know how to fight. You have the time in the octagon. But that being said, it's really a person-to-person like scenario, right? It's not everybody's going to be the exact same. Some guys will absolutely need that hard sparring to get it into their system of that killer instinct, the ability to learn how to start their system up a lot faster than just like going into fight night. There's guys that like Don Cerrone, for example. He has a hard time like starting up, like being able to like get into the octagon and instantly be warmed up and ready to go and like push the pace and stuff like that. Those kind of guys might need hard sparring to get that out of their system, to be able to learn how to get into the fight right away, as opposed
to some guys are just slow starters though.
Yeah,
so you can't really change that.
Yeah, but maybe hard sparring is something that helps them get that out of their system.
I don't think a cowboy should be hard sparring.
Yeah, cowboy is not necessarily. I just use cowboy as an example of like a person that starts slow, but then there's like a guy like Conor McGregor who's not a slow starter. He just naturally goes out there and goes for the kill right away. He doesn't necessarily need hard sparring, but from his last interview, he was talking about how he has an octagon in his backyard, and he goes out there and has some hard sparring and stuff like that.